Hello friends, today I'm going to walk you through how to play a simple chord melody arrangement of St James Infirmary. Click the link below to get the free tabs off of my website. There are both high G and low G versions available. For the lesson, I'll be working off the high G version as that's what I play, but nearly everything will also be applicable to the low G arrangement. Let's get started. Now that we have the tabs in front of us, we could hop right in, figure out where to put our fingers and strum right through the arrangement. But there's an important first step that we often gloss over when we're learning a chord melody piece, and it's right in the title, chord melody. The melody or the single note line is the most important part of the song. That's what we would walk around humming or singing. So we need to figure out that single note line and where it sits on our instrument so we can make it sing out over top of the chords. Now, if you're playing low G, anytime that we have a high G in this melody, just put it on the 3rd fret of your E string and we'll be playing the identical melody. Now, the melody starts on beat 4. It's a pickup measure, so the first phrase sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3. If we look at the second phrase, it again starts on beat 4 and is very similar, just ends a bit differently. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that second phrase. 1, 2, 3. Now let's put those first two phrases together. 1, 2, 3. Two, 3. Now our next phrase is almost identical to the first one. Let's listen to it. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3. Now this time we're coming in on the end of 4. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So this is our little rhythmic part that might get us. Let's listen to it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 3. Now you might hear this last phrase played a little bit differently in some recordings of the song. There's a lot of variations on this, so it might not be exactly what you're familiar with if you already know the tune. Now let's try the entire melody from the top and really focus on giving it a vocal quality, letting it sing. 1, 2, 3. Two, three. Two, three, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So now that we have the melody under our fingers, let's look at the chords because that's going to tell us the fingerings that we need to play the chord melody arrangement. Now that we have the melody, we could move on to the full arrangement, but why don't we figure out all of the chord voicings that we need to play up and down the neck first, and then we'll find the melody within them to create the full arrangement. Now there's a 4-measure introduction for this song, and it goes back and forth between D minor and A7th. But we're going to have a little moving bass line, so it sounds like this. Then we repeat that. So we're going to go D minor to A7th over E. E is the lowest note in that chord. And then we have D minor 11 over F. Open, 5, 5, open. Now note that as I play these, my ring finger stays on the C string the entire time. That's my guide to this whole song and where every chord is going to lay. It keeps me connected to the instrument while I go up and down. So let's just strum each of these chords going up and down and figure out the fingerings that we need to use. So we have D minor, slide the ring finger up, A7 over E, slide the ring finger up, bring the pinky down. There's our D minor, back down to that A7 over E, then D minor. Then all we need to do is pluck the C string, strum that chord, so we end up with this. Pluck the C string. Open E, because we're going to go to our melody here now. So if we look at the next part of this song, the chord voicings start out the same. We go D minor, that same voicing for A7th with the E in the bass, back to regular old D minor, and then we'll go to plain vanilla A7th. Now, if you wanted, you could even just slide your ring finger back for this. We could play. Let's try that together, just those first 4 chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes back to D minor, right? Then we have this E minor 7 flat 5. But look where my ring finger is. Still anchored on the C string. Same thing as I go down to this next voicing of it. Open 2, open 1. This is probably a movement you've never done before on the instrument. But if you try it a few times, it's not as hard as it seems. So go D minor, bring the ring finger up, create that new voicing, slide it down, and then A7th. And at this point, we probably want to abandon the ring finger because we're going to walk up A7th inversion. So we have A7, add the sharp 5, and then up to that other A7th that we've been playing. So let's try this entire line. Just the chords. We're not worried about the melody. That's separate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to A7 over E, back to D minor, A7, slide it back, D minor, E minor 7 flat 5, slide down, A7, sharp 5. Then we come back and do nearly the same thing, but we're going to abandon that bass line. So we go D minor, A7th, 1 finger A7th, back to D minor. And the D minor, to get to this G9, we're just going to put our pinky down on the 2nd fret of the A string. Then B flat 7. Now, many of us know to play this as a bar chord like this, but we're not going to. Use individual fingers for me here. So it's almost like a G chord, just bumped down a string, down a fret. Because then we can mute the A string here. And there's that A7 with a sharp 5 we already played, back to D minor. So let's listen to the second half of the chords. We get, just put the pinky down, ring finger's still here. Get comfortable with these chords, just strumming through them before you try to put the melody and the chords together. Now let's look at that. I hope you all are enjoying this lesson. If you love these deep dives into playing songs, join me over on the Tim Mann's Magic Ukulele Club, where we do lessons like this every single week. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. If you've learned the melody by itself and the chords, you already know everything in the song. We just have to strum at the right time and pluck the right notes. We already went over the introduction, so we're going to start right on our pickup of 2-1 strum. So nice and slow we get. I'm using my thumb for everything. Note that we have that A that's just by itself. Now when we strum through, we're not going to hit the A string when we strum this A7 over E. So if you're using your thumb, just rest it on the A string like this. And then we can go back and play those other notes. Let's listen to the first little phrase. We already know that entire line, and then we're just going to strum the D minor that we already know to A7. Play our melody. just strum through the E minor 7, flat 5. Nothing has changed from what we did if we learned the chords. Let's try those first 4 measures because you already know the entire part. 1, 2, 3. We start with the same exact pickup. We have another one of these partial strums. These are great to have in your toolbox. So we're now going to strum an A7 chord, but rest on the E, and then strum through the rest of the chords. So we get strum through our D minor, strum the G9. This open E, so we need to lift up that first finger here, B flat. Let's listen to the second half of the melody. 2, 3. If you've practiced your melody and your chords already, this should come together fairly easily. But the main thing you want to focus on as you play this arrangement is letting that melody sing out over top of the chords. When we're strumming chords that are not part of the melody, they can be in the back. That's simply our accompaniment part. Now let's see if we can try the entire arrangement together.